happen here.
We were listening to him on the radio as he came in. He said all of a sudden everything was fine. It wasn't loose in, and in the back end just unhooked from the racetrack.
Yeah, it looked like it started wiggling a little bit on entry, and he probably thought he had it saved, or probably thought it was in great shape. But look, Phil, into the outside wall, heavy damage. I believe that's going to require that team to go to a backup truck.
Yeah,
you see up the hill there. I believe on entry, maybe it was a little bit free, but then it just jumped around.
Senator Blaney, I thought maybe Hemrick would be a guy you're going to have to deal with to win this race later tonight.
And you may have to it's you know, there's just not a lot of rubber down there, and he was trying to go after it a little bit. Just a case of that thing just being a little bit too free in, and never could get a hold of it.
Here's why we're under red. The 86 took a spin. That's Brandon Brown.
That's one of the drivers, Michael, you were talking about that has never been here before.
Okay, we have a list of 10 guys. You can see Brown goes around. We're going to highlight Brandon with some issues here, trying to get used to this tough half mile pass here. He jumps up into the top.
Oh, trouble. Austin Cindric around, but kept it off the wall. Thank goodness.
Mark it down. All right, we spun out, guys. We did not hit anything.
Now, Cindric is one of those that has to qualify into this race on time. He has to be one of the top 27 in speed.
Only his warm-up lap, and he's way down in 21st already.
Entry looked pretty good and cut to the center and just got loose. That's a classic example of a truck. The back end just coming around. I'm sure a lot of these teams, Bill, talking to some of the crew chiefs in the garage area, made some adjustments to these trucks. They believe that lower grit, that lower groove is going to be tighter, so they have to free the trucks up to get the front end to cut. Maybe just overshot the adjustments on the two trucks.
They collided, and that was the end of Custer's hopes.
Oh, trouble.
That's the one truck of Clay Greenfield.
Hard contact.
Didn't think he had the truck under him to go out and get it done. And you can see hard contact off turn 4.
You could see he had the front tires were really turned, trying to keep that truck off the wall, but unfortunately not able to do it. At the last second, he got on the brakes to try to keep him hitting the wall, but right now he's on the outside looking in. Only 28th quickest so far. That's not going to do it.
You know, it's so much pressure, and he knows he's got to get in that top 27 or he's not going to be able to race, and just went for it and didn't get the result.
So Cindric.
Oh no, around he goes again.
Oh, and he doesn't hit anything. What a great job of driving.
Keep rolling. No contact again. We spun out.
And jumped into 23rd fastest. But he's only got a 10th in the bank right now.
Lose it. If you don't crash and you learn that lesson, it's a valuable lesson.
It's the second time he's done that without hitting anything. So a great job, Austin Cindric. And you know those tires weren't very good when he had to go out and run that lap, and he did it at a 15:35.
So for Cindric, currently good enough for 23rd. Same end of the track as he went around the first time, and both times somehow able to keep it off the wall. Wow. Let's go downstairs, check in with Harvick. On board with John Hunter. Name and check.
Oh, got a trouble right in front of him.
On the top, he's coming down.
It's the 98 of Rico Abreu.
A lot of damage to that Safe Light Toyota. Looks a lot like Daniel Hemrick's from that first practice session, maybe even worse.
And then this happened off turn 2.
See that thing crunch against the outside safer barrier.
John Hunter dives to the bottom.
Right on top of your screen.
Abreu up ahead, yep.
Got a spin up front of you on the top, he's coming down.
Certainly a tough break for Rico. Had been having a pretty solid weekend, or a pretty solid day so far. I guess it's a one-day show, but trying to build on that momentum of third place finish at Eldora and then sixth place finish in our last race at Pocono. Just having a solid day here today, and then they're off turn 4, and for the 19th time, the trucks are racing at Bristol. Cindric looks to be a bit slow right out of the gate, and Suarez not wasting any time on the inside of Tyler Reddick for the lead.
What's he saying?
Well, he told his team that he was a little free off and loose as well in the center, and we've got the 00 spinning on track.
Cole Custer around, did not make contact with the wall, and believe there's any damage to that truck.
Stone speed here.
Maybe got a little help.
Down.
Made a move to the inside. Ooh,
Oh,
made some
yep,
contact with
sure.
Ben Kennedy.
Well, Ben tried to protect the inside, and Custer had already committed there, and they made contact.
Under caution for the 3rd time tonight for Cole Custer on the spin.
Down in turn 4.
And it's the 44 of Tommy Joe Martins. And the caution is out.
Rolling here. You got some tire smoke, guys.
In fact, we've got a couple of them that have, besides Martins, who have come to a stop.
Yeah, they just stopped because they couldn't see. Martins bowled the tires, blocked the track with smoke. They came to a stop. Now they can't get going.
Tonight, and here is why. It's the 44 of Tommy Joe Martins coming through turn 4 in a spinner.
He did a great job of getting that truck pointed in the right direction, but look at the smoke screen he left for the rest of the competitors.
He was more concerned about
Fuel,
himself.
some type of a fueling issue for the 98, and trouble on the left front. Caution's out.
And
the
that's
13.
Cameron Haley. Well, we were just talking about the smoke coming out of the
Slow down, slow down,
back
slow
end
down.
of Haley's truck.
Yeah, I think that was a left front tire. Remember, we saw some pretty excessive tire wear on these trucks in practice. Again, that's over 130 laps on those tires for Cameron Haley.
And plus, Phil, he was falling off dramatically, so there had to be something going on. Probably wore through that left front tire.
As that left front tire goes down, watch this as they drive down in the corner. Now that tire's going to go down, and he's going up the racetrack. Suarez fortunately gives him enough room in order for them not to make contact.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to anticipate and feel what another guy's doing. I think Suarez saw 13 heading high. He did a nice job of getting up around the outside of Haley.
And Haley did a nice job of not getting into Suarez. I'm sure he did all he could do and turn that wheel as hard as he could to the left to avoid that 51.
Bell on the inside, Daniel Suarez on the outside. Back green
Good
at Bristol.
start by Suarez on that outside. He was able to put his nose out in front of Bell, and Bell's going to spin.
Christopher Bell, the leader, goes around, and the caution is back out.
He kept it out of that inside wall, I think.
And I think that's exactly what he's going to have to do. Just gets loose on the bottom against Suarez.
You know, interesting, no team orders that time. Christopher Bell was in the lead. He had lane choice. He took the inside that time.
I think that's just getting late. We got to go. Best chance to win, he thought, was on the bottom. Have a chance to win.
Here's a replay of the situation between Bell and Suarez. Looked like Bell just got loose down there.
He got loose. He didn't want to give up that lead to Suarez because he knows that Suarez has a very
To make it, oh, he got a crash off 4.
It's the 49 going around. That's Bryce Napier.
Well, he didn't.
He saved it, but he did get sideways and take some right side damage.
Yeah, I think Christopher Bell was involved in that, trying to get by some trucks. They made a little contact. I'm not sure if it was Christopher that got into the 49. Let's see if what happened to him. He's trying to get by Kaz Gralla. He has an opening on the inside that just ran out of room there.
And I think NASCAR saw this crash happening and threw the caution. I would have too, but Napier did a nice job of using the wall and keeping that truck heading in the right direction.
Another caution, but we are nearing the end. 37 to go with Suarez looking for his first win.
He can get in the corner, but in the center of the corner as the caution is out, trouble on the backstretch.
Truck up against the
Oh,
wall.
Jordan Anderson had worked his way, stayed on the lead lap. Let's see if he can get that truck turned around before Suarez gets there, and he does. He will stay on the lead lap. What a great run Jordan Anderson's having tonight, guys.
Here with the position right here.
Well,
Looks like there was a big, everybody slowed down, and the 71 had to swerve to keep from running into the back of the 21, and then Cole Custer almost got into the 71.
Had a bit of a bottleneck
a
there.
little bit.
Outside wall, yellow, yellow, yellow.
And now a caution. Suarez has gone around.
Big contact by Daniel Suarez.
We blew that right real.
Suarez.
Look at this move. William Byron up to where no one else has gone, tucks it to the bottom, makes a perfect crossover move, and we thought he was going to sprint away. But when you take the lead on the high side, how do you just abandon it?
Give it up.
Yeah, and he tried to run on the bottom and even in the middle of the track, and Ben Kennedy in that 33 truck was able to close right in.
You
On
can see
board.
Suarez, just nothing he could
Stay low,
do.
stay low, stay low, stay low, caution, caution.
That tire went down as he got in the corner and just along for the ride. Then look at all the damage to that Aris
For Ben
Toyota.
Kennedy, Moffitt chasing. Both trying to secure their first win.
Boy, Moffitt's all over him. He can nudge him if he wants to.
Deep into the corner, gives him a little bump.
Moffitt's going to nudge him, I believe. He's got 2 chances to do it.
The white flag lap. Ben Kennedy trying to hold off Moffitt.
Great corner by Ben Kennedy.
Strong exit. I don't think Moffitt can get there.
Ben Kennedy through 3 and 4. He's going to do it. Ben Kennedy wins at Bristol.
Yeah.
Hermie Sadler is in victory lane. He's going to greet a very, very happy Ben Kennedy.
Well, here he is. First career victory in the Camping World Truck Series, and what a racetrack to do it. The Bristol Motor Speedway for Ben Kennedy. Ben, I know it's a lot going on through your mind right now, but put into words, how do you describe your first career victory and getting it done at Bristol Motor Speedway?
I can't put it into words. Someone asked me earlier today what it's like going to Bristol for your first time, and to win here, and I mean, this is so cool. I'm speechless. The guys gave me an awesome truck. Everybody at GMS Racing, Jacob Companies, the fans in the stands, everybody watching on TV. Gosh, this is the coolest day of my life. I don't know how to say it any other way.
2 to go. The 11 got to your back bumper, put a little pressure on you, but your 1 and 2 on your white flag lap may have been the best lap that you ran all night and sealed the victory. What were you thinking when that 11 truck was trying to make a move?
I don't know. I was just thinking, go as fast as possible on this last lap. I knew Brett was putting pressure on me from behind. Appreciate him racing me clean, though, and this is just so cool. These guys deserve it. They work so hard. We put this deal together a couple months ago, and I never would have imagined going into this race that we would be here today. I mean, I thought we were a top 15 truck or a top 10 truck, but to actually be here in victory lane, it means the world to me.
That's Ben Kennedy. He's in victory lane at Bristol.
And got in the wall there, so it's a bummer because we're just getting our car working good in both grooves there. We're starting to feel pretty good about it for the race. So we'll have a lot of work to do now, figuring out we're going to pull the backup out. But, you know, my guys will work hard.
Hold the grip down low. Both of them Roush Fenway drivers.
Yeah, and you just see they have to commit to the throttle so early. Both Ricky Stenhouse and the 16 of Greg Biffle lose traction off corner exit. Luckily, and somehow, down the middle of the front straightaway, no contact with either one.
Brian Soho. Oh, and around goes the 16 again. This time it was coming out of turn 2. Keeps it off the wall again. Earlier in practice, Greg Biffle off turn 4 went around. And so now he'll bring it back into the infield.
You see he's just coming around the bottom and just kind of gets free. On corner exit gets a little high. Maybe Jeff puts a little extra wheel in it.
Yeah, looked like he's left the corner just a little bit high, and we talked about it in the practice. Is that when the car has this, the track has this much grip, you have to commit. You have to be in the throttle, and you can see he left just a little bit high, and the car came around on him quickly. But you have to assume a little bit of contact. I don't think it's enough, you know, by any means to get a backup car out, but a little bit of damage. You can see right there, got into the wall, just a little bit. I think he hits the wall right here. No, he doesn't. The question is, how about his
all the way
tire?
up to the 11th position.
And it looks like Clint Boyer. He caught the outside wall.
Well, Jeff, you talk about how you have to commit. The 15 commits, the car gets sideways. He does a nice job of not hitting the wall harder, but it's definitely some damage.
But you can see he got into the corner and then to the throttle. Now he's up the racetrack a little bit. It happens so quick.
19 of Daniel Suarez on the inside as they come to the green flag. We're racing. The last great Coliseum. Brandon Jones slides into that second spot. Darrell Wallace Jr., Eric Jones. It's only 12 cars that are on the lead lap. Marty.
It's going to be interesting to see if the 88 can hold Kyle Larson behind him. I think this might be short-lived.
And contact's made.
Yes, contact, Rick.
Sideways was the 88. The caution came out. Regan Smith was going up the track trying to make room for the 42 who was coming down below, and contact was made This 88 got sideways. Looks as though the left front tire was cut. That's the first caution has come out.
Coming off turn 4.
Yeah, the 88 has to make room for the 42 right here. If he comes all the way up, it doesn't leave room for the 14 of Hermie Sadler. That makes the 88 surprisingly not spin. He just kind of goes sideways, gets it gathered back in. You know, what's the 14 to do? He's in that lane. He has to try to keep momentum. I just don't believe the 88 understood there was a car to his outside.
Yeah, the 3 wide at Bristol's tough. The 88 may not have known the 14 was on the outside. He did know the 42 was on the inside. Just needed to give Hermie Sadler a little bit more room. You see, good shot down the front straightaway. He just misjudged it a little bit. Again, fortunate.
What a move by the 62 of Brendan Gaughan as well.
Fortunate that wasn't any bigger than it was.
You saw the accident on NASCAR Nonstop. You're watching the NASCAR Xfinity Series Food City 300. Second caution has come out. Take a look at what happened once again.
It all starts with the 70. He gets up in the middle of the corner, way off the pace. The 16 of Ryan Reed has nowhere to go. Tries to turn a hard left. He just can't do it in that amount of time. And the 2 does a great job of somehow getting by it, but the 88 of Regan Smith just nowhere to go. We've talked about how quickly accidents come up on you here, and he slides in. So on board here, we're going to see how quick the 70.
I think the 70 had a left front down. He made contact. Was that Kyle Busch he had contact with?
Possibly.
He had contact getting in the corner and cut the left front tire. His teammate was going to put a lot of pressure on him, but Eric was able to use it, get going.
Around goes the 3 of Ty Dillon. He comes all the way on to pit road, and the caution comes out.
Get fired up, buddy. You're all good. Fired up. Get it rolling. Get it rolling. There you go.
As we watch Ty Dillon and how he went around.
Ty just said, hey guys, that bottom is loose.
Yeah, he just got loose getting in the corner. Couldn't keep up with it. The other guy that won on that exchange was Brendan Gaughan. Stayed out, took the pass around to get back in the lead lap. That quick caution puts him back in the lead lap, and now he's able to pit, get fuel, get tires, he'll restart probably around 10th position.
Outside. Hang on to her.
Now we're hearing it was Brendan Jones that will get the free pass instead of Justin Ogden.
Kyle Busch running 3rd. He failed to lead in his last lap. Big wreck coming out of 2. It was the 60 going around.
It's Greg Gaulding.
Greg Gaulding in his first Xfinity Series race.
And that wreck didn't happen right in front of the leaders, but it happened just enough in front of the leaders to put a lot of pressure on them. You know, it would have been easy for Eric Jones to not see that, not get the warning, and get in the back of Larson. They all did a good job.
And 33 of Brendan Jones sneaks by.
Everyone ducking to go down low.
Yeah, you see the leaders right here. They drive into turn 1. They can't really see what's going on off of turn 2. So the 42 gets noticed, the 20 behind him. You see what happens. The spotters are talking and giving that information as quickly as they can, but this track, the radiuses of the corners are so sharp, you can't see around them, and the speed is so fast. It would have been easy for Eric Jones to get in the back of Larson. They all managed that really, really well. Red, when it flashes, it's saying, hey, you really need to pay attention. Going
into the wall.
Top your front. Keep coming. Hold the top.
Just a little bit. Assume you have a problem. You see, he just got a little too high, got rubber on his tires, all that loose rubber, and got into the wall.
Caution on the racetrack.
Caution has come out. The 6 of Darrell Wallace Jr. got into the wall once again, we believe.
Oh, that's
Stay up.
hard contact. What I don't understand is the car in front of him is sparking.
Yellow's out. Keep rolling.
What that lost even more track position. He went from battling for the lead. Now he's all the way back in 10th.
Sideways go Daniel Suarez. Eric Jones gets caught up in it.
Hang on, stay up there.
Caution comes out. Such a good car, and that is what happens when you have a problem on pit road and you lose the positions that you were running in.
See the water coming out of the 20. He's done for the night.
Pretty good there. Get it back to us if you can. Probably going to the garage here.
His teammate also with a lot of damage.
So the teammates Oh, the 20 just Jones basically, I'm sure it wasn't on purpose, but just misjudged the corner entry, got into the left rear quarter panel of the 19 behind the tire, turns the 19 around, and they all start spinning and crashing from there.
It was a battle for 9th.
You can see right here the 19 starts to turn a little earlier than I think Eric thought he was going to turn. They made contact, as you said. It certainly wasn't on purpose. That's just, you know, when people race hard, things are going to happen from time to time. And I think the 19 turned a little earlier than Eric was expecting. Eric was still going straight.
Yeah,
watch right here. That pretty much tells the tale.
That's it. I think he expected the 19 to run right around the top. The 19 looks like he was turning in either the middle or to the bottom. The 20 gets in his quarter panel. How about the 51 right here, Jeremy Clements? He has the big slide behind these two cars, gets on the brakes good enough to get through this. That's a big move for the 51. He's currently outside of the chase. Does he get any damage right here? Is the 20 goes by a little bit in the left rear.
Watch it from this view, you'll see more damage. Yeah, we'll see how much damage that is.
How about the 62 of Brendan Gaughan sneaking through?
Lowski, he's got to run on the top.
Oh, and the 18 has to check way up. Caution comes out on the track. We saw a lot of smoke there. The 4 of Ross Chastain. And right on the chase standings bubble.
He's got big damage.
He was running 14th, and look at the side of that car.
It's going to be costly. We saw the 39 and C have trouble early in the race. He gets 13th.
Dave.
4 cars that are 7 or 8 laps down. You can't quit. I saw him saying quit, but you can't quit. You see damage coming off turn 2.
He just comes up the racetrack, doesn't feel that the 88's there, or feels the 88's going to give it the spot.
I think he did a good job of trying to pin the 18 down, but in doing so, he got him in the slower lane.
He continues to run the middle. The 3 of Ty Dillon goes to the high side. 3 wide for the lead.
3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide.
Ty Dillon using that outside line with the momentum. He takes the lead away.
Oh, Ty got way high right there.
Machine. Nice and easy.
Nice aggressive move. 3 wide off the corner at Bristol.
22 has a better car, though. Has a little bit more speed with 10 to go. Can he make his way back by the 3?
Oh, the 3's
into the wall. Ty Dillon gets into the wall. The 22 of Brad Keselowski goes by. Under 5 laps to go. Kyle Busch hooks the left side. He takes the lead there into the wall. Kyle Busch into the wall.
Outside.
All the way up to the wall, and the caution comes out. He collects the 3 of Ty Dillon. Kyle Busch thinking he had the 22 cleared. Up into the wall. Brad Keselowski out front. But how much damage to the 22 with the contact made by the 18?
Gets the power down, tries to clear the 22 off the corner. The 22 has to contend that. He has to try to take that momentum back to the outside. And the 18 has to try to close the door. In my mind, that is purely a Bristol racing incident. I think both drivers are doing what they had to do to win.
Up the track, the 18 comes. 22 was there. And into the wall goes the 18 of Kyle Busch. A lot of damage to the right front, though, of the 22. And the left front.
You can see this overhead. 18 has a big run.
22 is not there by much.
If you're a Kyle Busch fan, you say it was the 18. It was not Kyle Busch's fault. You say it was Keselowski's fault.
Corner, nose. Inside.
You're absolutely right.
Just
because I put myself in both of those positions.
That's racing, man.
And if I'm on the 22's crew, then I am proud of my driver for trying to carry that momentum off the top. And if I am on the Kyle Busch crew, I'm proud of my driver for trying to close the door. 4 laps to go at the world's fastest half mile. They're going to be over. In less than a minute, this race is going to be over. You have to try to make this move stick.
It's just one of those wrecks you can look at and say, the 18 came up on the 22, it's his fault. The 20, some people say the 22 should have given him ground, not been as below on the racetrack. That's just 2 guys with 4 to go racing for the lead. Ty Dillon with big damage, just couldn't get slowed down. That's Bristol. That's Bristol. You see it happening, but you're going so fast, and the guys in front of you slow down so much. You just can't get slowed down.
Disappointed, but he just hugged all his teammates and told them what a good job they did today. Give him a pretty good race car, it would seem. Looked like he had nowhere to go.
No, I mean, we're going so fast around here. I saw him crashing. I didn't know Kyle was going to blow a tire when they hit. So, you know, I just committed to my line, figured he would be able to hold on to it. Once he hit the wall, I couldn't get checked up. It's impossible. We're going so fast.
He did, and the 22 wanted to hold on to his spots, and he had all the right to do it, and got a little damage from it. Here's what they had to say on the radio.
Damn, I don't want to wreck him, but he can't come up on me down the straightaway. I'm there. Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, it's 10-4. Pretty obvious here.
Who the race winner will be. That overtime line just at the entrance of turn number 3.
The 22. Yep. 22 may be out of fuel.
Slow on the track, and because he's not able to keep up cautious pace, Brad Keselowski just gives up the lead. Parker.
22 has run out of gas. Brian Wilson came on the radio just a couple laps before, said we should be 20 laps to the good here, just save me a little bit of fuel. But as he came off the banking there, he ran out of gas, coasting into pit road here. Disaster for the 22.
Austin Dillon on the outside, Kyle Larson on the inside as they close in on the restart zone. Green flag back in the air.
Originally a pretty good start for the 42 to even be with him into the corner.
Austin Dillon racing to get to the overtime line. He passes it. Here comes Elliott Sadler, 3 wide per second. Sadler takes it away. Up the racetrack he goes. Here comes the 7. Justin Allgaier's moved up to second. Kyle Larson on the high side. Checkered flag in the air. Austin Dillon will win at Bristol.
Hell of a job, buddy. Hell of a job.
Rick Austin Dillon's becoming a pro at this. At California, he led 1 lap earlier this year and 1 tonight. He leads 4 and wins at Bristol. And a little celebration for one of his hometown racetracks. Pop, Richard Childress here as well. And I got to ask you, how about that with Justin Alexander? Nice win, but did you have a sense that something was brewing with the 22 and 18 and something like that might happen?
Yeah, for sure. Looking for my girlfriend. It's her birthday today.
She's your fiance now?
Yeah, my fiance. Whitney, get over here. Anyways, hey, I got to say something. Ty had a heck of a race going, and I actually thought he was going to be in perfect position. It sucks the 18 blew right in front of him, but man, it was just a war of attrition. We had a pretty good car, and maybe not the fastest car, but the car that won, and I made a mistake in 3 coming to the white. Luckily, everybody else got loose like I did. I didn't know which line to choose that speedy drive, but just proud of these guys. Justin Alexander, it's his first race crew chief and me in the Xfinity Series, and he gets a win. And heck, these short tracks have stumped me for a while now. To get a win here, it feels really good.
Coming by that restart with the 42, were you thinking because you had the top that you were going to have the advantage?
My grandfather and Andy Houston told me to choose the top. I actually wanted the bottom because I'd been good there all night, but the momentum on the restart carried us down into one where I could take the bottom anyway. So just tried to play defense from there on out and take it home with the checker flag.
Let's bring in the birthday lady and also the fiance, and congratulations to both of you, by the way. Happy birthday, Whitney.
Thank you.
And I got to ask you, the proposal, which was going to be a surprise, almost got spoiled, didn't it? Tell us the story.
Yeah, security guard in the airport tried to ruin it for us, but we made it there, and now she's my fiance, and hopefully have a great years behind this. And first Bristol win, man, this is awesome. Just so proud of these guys. Like I said, it takes a full effort to get home to victory lane like this, and we did it. Just proud of these guys. Bummer for Ty because he had a really good run going, but thank the good Lord above. Thank him for everything he's given me, all these opportunities.
It's been an eventful week, hasn't it, Whitney?
It has. It's been so awesome.
Austin finishes it in victory lane here at Bristol, one of his favorite racetracks, a racetrack he came to, Rick, when he was a kid with his dad. He's in victory lane this evening.
Brad Keselowski was able to take the lead via pit strategy, had the lead late, but ended up running out of fuel and also had a collision with Kyle Busch. What was the difference there? How much more fuel did you guys need to make it?
I think we, probably had enough fuel to make it except for the yellow and high banks. I guess it ran out of the pickup. I thought I swerved back and forth enough to keep it in, but I guess not. So I don't know. It's probably my fault.
And that collision with Kyle, he came up to you, you said there was nothing you could do, just that he came up to you off the corner and you were just staying where you were, right?
Yeah, I haven't heard from Kyle, so I don't know what he thought, but he had a really fast car. He probably deserved to win the race. Either one of the Kyles did, and he got really good run on me in 1 and 2, and the high lane in 3 and 4 had a lot of speed, more than it does in 1 and 2, and he knew he needed to get up, and he tried to get up, and we were all right on top of each other, and we both kind of got the raw end out of it. He probably more than I did. You know, I got a little tore up too. I don't know, maybe we would have been able to hold on to it because we didn't lose our track position, but you know, I don't think either of us wanted to make contact. It just kind of the way it unfolded.
This continues to be a winless season for Brad Keselowski in the Xfinity Series. Dave?
Take a look at the chase standings after 22, 33 races. Again, just 3 drivers with wins. Points so important. Ryan Sieg had an issue tonight. So did Ross Chastain. Those 2 right on either side of the chase cutoff line.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big winner of that whole stack up today needs to be Jeremy Clements. -22, started the day much farther than that out. Great run in the 6th position, gained a lot of points. Now at -22, that's a realistic amount of points that can be gained. You know, you look back at Ryan Preece -110. I just don't see that happening with the amount of races left. So Jeremy Clements has to feel good about the evening.
Bumping and banging from Bristol. Green flags in the air. We're racing at Bristol. The 11 of Denny Hamlin, a great start. He gets to the outside of that 19. And Denny Hamlin takes the lead away from Carl Edwards early. Caution has come out. Rain in turn 1. It's going to be throughout the track here in just a moment. There is a cell that's passing through. And so the caution has come out for precipitation. 5-time winner. And as I mentioned, the rain looked to be coming back, and it is pouring once again. Absolutely pouring. The jet dryers are still on pit road, so they're going to have a little bit of trouble getting to pit road here. As soon as the jet dryers will move out of the way, I'm sure that's the direction they will head back.
Won the last 2 night races at Bristol. We know it's not a night race, but it is. Oh, you see a
contact movement there. Caution came out,
and that saves the 22. We were just mentioning close to going a lap down. The 22 saved, and we're hearing the 7 down to the wall, Rick.
7 of Regan Smith, we believe, got into the wall, and
if you get too high, you get above. I don't know if he got too high and got in the marbles, and that got him in the wall, or as quickly as it turned right. Not sure he did have some sort of problem.
Everybody trying to check up. Brian Scott being 1 in the 44. We'll see what line he runs through turns 3 and 4. Up high again, big wobble. Gets into the wall as he comes out of 4.
Come on, stay up high, stay up high, stay up high.
Nice track, and I thought he was just trying that high line, a little unsuccessful in the low line, but the car really snaps on exit.
Yeah, got really free. And now right here, he does a nice job of not making really any contact to the wall, but he got so high that he did get that rubber on his tires. He was running 3rd, and this move took him all the way back to 16th. So this track right now is fast.
And these 2 continue to fight for position.
Saw the 31 on pit road a little while ago with damage on the right side. Oh, that's a big hit. And you see the duct came out of his car, so it looked like to me he had a right front tire failure.
18 of Kyle Busch trying to take the lead back. And around goes Kyle Larson in the 42. He goes sideways, caution comes out.
What a save by the 42 to not hit anything, to not overcorrect or get into that inside wall.
He lost more than 1 spot for sure, but
he's running 4th, and it looks like the 41 of Kurt Busch gets right into the back of that 42.
Look at this.
And the 22 gets into the back of the 41. As Kurt was checking up, Joey Logano got into the back bumper.
Rick, as we heard earlier, Kyle Busch experiencing something wrong with the race car. Not sure if something's broke or not. They've encouraged him to try to drive through it. He's done his best, but this is what he just said.
Something's different in the right front. Yeah. Something's coming loose. The toe is going every which way, getting into the corner. Oh, yeah. Something's broke.
Crew Chief Adam Stevens has rallied the team and put them to work behind the wall, getting ready to bring the 18 in, perhaps to do service on it behind the wall at the right opportunity.
Something
and
broke
this
there.
May be it.
Yeah, he went sideways and it's broke, and now the caution's going to come out for the 18. Contact as well.
Oh, Larson in it. Kyle Larson's in it.
Kyle Larson got caught up in it. The 46. Justin Allgaier, Martin Truex Jr. involved.
And that's what we've talked about, how quick it happens. The 18 spun by himself, but these other cars, as they're entering the corner so fast, you can't see around the corner. As you mentioned, Jeff, makes heavy contact with the 18.
Kyle Busch was running second position.
Coming at you guys.
Martin Truex Jr. was third, got caught up in it. You see the damage to the 78.
As he entered the corner, right there, see the left rear tire smoking. Left rear quarter panel is damaged. I wonder if something broke in the rear suspension. There was, you know, he talked about the car driving bad and strange. I wonder if something in the trailer arm or something in the track bar mount, something broke in the back of the car, I assume.
And then the 46 comes into the picture, committed to the bottom, it appears, and he makes contact with the 18. But I think you hit it dead on. If you look at the rear end housing in the 18 car, it's pointing really the wrong direction, not straight forward. In the 46, he decided to go right, needed to stick with the position or the plan to go left.
He was on the apron.
Yeah.
And Martin Truex,
big
wrong
hit.
place.
Martin.
When that much damage is on the 42 of Larson, we keep talking about him having to have good races and have a win. And I wonder if this is going to take that opportunity away from him.
Well, you talked about the 31 having trouble. Kyle Larson had taken that points advantage all the way down to 12 to get in front of him in the chase standings to the 16th spot.
And he didn't do anything wrong, right? I mean, that's Bristol. You can get in a wreck you had nothing to do with.
You see Kyle Busch's obvious disappointment. Good car, you know, really until this mechanical issue. Maybe that is why the foregun. We don't know if that's why Kevin Harvick has been able to run it down.
And Kyle's just gotten out of the race car. What were you feeling inside the car?
Something breaking, obviously. I don't know, it's a shame. You know, last few times we've been here, we've had really fast M&M's Toyota Camrys, and we haven't been able to finish. You know, we've been having parts failures here. So something we got to address and fix. I'm really tired of losing races here with parts falling apart. So they'll hear about it on Tuesday. But the person that's really the biggest moron out there is the spotter of the 46 and the driver of the 46. I've been wrecking for half a lap, and they just come on through and clean us out. That's stupid. So, I don't know. Frustrating day. Let's go home.
Appreciate your time. That it was something in the back, but look, the 22, the 11, the 78, they're all up top and slowed down. I'm a little surprised at the speed of the 46. I know things happen quickly here, but he definitely enters the picture in my mind a little bit quicker than some of the other cars, and then he just hits the 18 sitting there, which unfortunately for the 18, we don't know if what broke was fixable, but the two real big cars that are impacted are the 78 and the 42, Rick, because I feel those two would have been clean through, Marty, if the 46 didn't make contact. Track position, here's a good look from the 46. You see the 18 sitting there.
Back it off. Back it off. Nice and easy here. Big wreck over 2.
Yeah, that was Denny Hamlin. He made it through clean.
Yeah, but Denny Hamlin was going every bit as fast as
you know, I was going to say the
right?
same thing. I thought the 46 was fast, but Denny Hamlin was going the same speed as the 46.
Restart under review as NASCAR is looking at it. Kurt Busch trying to take that top spot away from Joey Logano. Brad Keselowski was able to get by. Oh, and sideways goes the 41. Contact with the 2 of Brad Keselowski. Caution comes out. The 21 also involved.
Inside, inside, inside. Hold tight here.
Looked like the 41 of Kurt Busch got really loose off.
Kyle Larson also a lot of damage, as well as Brian Scott in the 44. See all the damage to Ryan Blaney in that 21. Look at the fluid come out.
Wrecked in front of us, and they all checked up and came up in front of us. Yeah, just blew out of it. I think we're done.
Taking a little look at what happened.
You see right there, a big wiggle from the 41, just very loose, and now these guys behind him, there's nothing they could do.
No.
Obviously, the right side tires are up. I just think he got loose.
Yeah, and then Brad Keselowski had nowhere to go. And the rest of the cars just, you know he's coming back up towards the racetrack. So as they try to get slowed down, they just continue to make contact with one another.
Chase Elliott, not sure if he has front end damage or not, but he was very close. We see the 41 sliding there and the 2 just slamming into the driver's side door.
That view right there showed how close it was for Joey Logano, barely squeaking by with the right side of his race car.
48 of Jimmy Johnson just getting by.
Jeff Gordon cleared it down low.
Still there. 6 with the right. Caution's out, back it down, right. Go to the apron here if you can. All the way to the apron.
And now we know that Matt Kenseth also heavily involved. Right along with Kevin.
Whatever you want. One back, slow by. Oh. Caution.
It always amazes me. You heard Kevin Harvick get out of the gas, saw the accident happen, but then has enough just talent, really. Talent and sense to get back in the gas. Look at Jimmy Johnson for a big slide here. But, you know, enough talent to get back into the gas to drive through the wreck before they have a chance to get up and get him. With the 24, Jeff, you were mentioning, it looks like some heavy damage to the hood and the nose. It'll be interesting to see if there's any damage to the cooling system. That's right up there in that area.
See, Paul Menard had the right front tire locked up to try to miss the wreck, so he may have flat spotted it.
Locks it up again. Coming at us.
Look how fast everything happens. So right along with Blaney. Watch how quick this happens.
6 with the run. Caution down, back down. Go to aim for here if you can.
People ask why is it so easy to get in a wreck in Bristol? There you go. What could Ryan Blaney have done different? Absolutely nothing he could have done.
Denny Hamlin hard on the brakes. So Brian Scott sliding in there late to the left in the 44. On the track. So he got up near the wall. Don't know if he got into the wall, but the caution has come out. So this is the 8th caution at Bristol.
Enter behind pit wall.
Look at the steering wheel. Look at the steering wheel shaking.
Yep, damage to the right side of that number 15.
So you only take 2. We see Clint Boyer here at the top of the racetrack.
Never hit it terribly hard. You can see the wheel shaking. I wonder if they had some sort of mechanical problem before he made contact with the wall.
Stevie touched on that decision that the teams have to make. Because they have enough fuel, does the gas man do it? The gap between Harvick and Stenhouse Jr. still about 1.8 seconds. Harvick just trying to get through this last lap. White flag in the air. One more time around.
Straight with you.
Kevin Harvick down the backstretch for the final time. Through 3 and 4. Harvick's going to win at the last great Coliseum. Harvick wins at Bristol.
Awesome job, guys. Awesome job.
This race would get underway at 1 o'clock. The rains came back, delayed it, and now the fans will have one more chance to honor the driver of the 14, Tony Stewart, in his final Bristol start. And they'll do donuts together.
Tony talked about how much this racetrack meant to him. He would miss this racetrack, you know, and to be able to do a burnout, not as the driver, but as the owner of the car that just won. That would be pretty special.
Well, Kevin Harvick is celebrating at Bristol. The moment presented by Sunoco. Fueling victories all season. Harvick already a champion in the sport. And now his second Bristol win, and he's climbing out of the car, Bristol. Parker.
Kevin Harvick spraying the Busch beer everywhere here in victory lane at Bristol. Started 24th this race, came back to win. Kevin, talk to me about that moment with your friend, your boss, your teammate, Tony Stewart there doing that lap and doing victory burnouts together.
Yeah, I wanted him to go on a victory lap with me and say goodbye to all the fans one last time here at Bristol, but that was pretty cool, doing burnouts with him. Got to thank Busch Beer, Jimmy John's, Chevrolet, Mobil 1, Dytek, Outback, Hunt Brothers, Morton Billings, Bad Boy, everybody at Stewart Haas Racing on this Chevrolet. We should have won a lot of races this year, and we just had things not go our way, made mistakes, or whatever the case may be, but to get back in victory lane here at Bristol feels really good. We've had some good cars here over the last few years, and to have Busch Beer on the car, we've had some crap luck with these guys on the car. Just really happy for Busch and Jimmy John's, and really for all these guys on the 4 team.
You mentioned you should have won more races in this time. Your last win was at Phoenix back in the spring. Does this give you the momentum going into the chase you need?
Well, we knew we had the performance that we needed to have in the cars pretty much every week. And it's been one of those deals where, you know, just things have not gone exactly right. But, you know, to have the win now and try to get that momentum before we get into the chase and get things rolling is really what we needed.
Kevin Harvick is your winner at Bristol. Mike?
Let's take a look at the chase standings. through 23 races. Again, only 3 races until the chase begins. Austin Dillon, pretty good points position, 55 points in front of that cut line. The cut line changed because Chris Buescher broke into the top 30 in points. This is the first time all season long that the 34 team and Chris Buescher has been in the top 30 in points.
And as you work your way down, you see Ryan Newman in 16th. Although he had a bad day, I think he got lucky because he finished 28th, had his problem before the big wreck on the back straightaway. So that probably gained him, I don't know, maybe 10 spots, 10 points. So, you know, when he had his problem was advantageous.
Trevor Bayne had a decent run in 12th. Kyle Larson had his issue. Casey Kane at -39. You don't want to say that's insurmountable and you can't make up the 39 points, but you really have to think those teams are looking ahead thinking must win.
Really, we found the big issue was a crossweight issue. The car just was mechanically a bit too aggressive. Didn't really give me a warning, you know, it came around late. Once you get these cars to a certain angle in yaw where it just dumps all the air off the wings, it's all gone. So especially on a highly loaded corner like that. But this is the location of our last win, and hopefully we'll be able to get that 28 DHL Honda, you know, back in victory lane. Last year we came from the back as well. So
here's the replay. Not super close. He's running third there to Eloshin and just loses the back end. And a massive front end impact. Luckily, the safer barrier's there. And that's the thing that's so important. You think about all of the improvements that have been made in safety over the years, and that safer barrier is one of the most important ones. And that's Scott Dixon. It always is. Sato probably trying to get a good run coming off of 3 to catch Eloshin in the draft, but car just gets away from him big time. And as you said, Brian, that is a massive impact. And you can see the photographers diving for cover outside the fence, and I wonder if the safer barrier actually took some damage as well. On board now with Hinchcliffe. Watch how fast it happens from the onboard.
And while he's leaving, we're having to, there's a big change on the front for Charles Garden, and look out.
Huge crash on pit lane. That's Rossy, Kimball, Castroneves. And one car was in the air, well on top of the other.
Alexander Rossy, the Indianapolis 500 champ, had run up front here, had been leading here. A problem. Castroneves involved, Charlie Kimball involved, and I don't know if Kimball's car is damaged or not. Castroneves out of his number 3. You see Rossy coming out of his pit stall. He gets together with Kimball. What a terrifying moment for Helio Castroneves. The left front wheel, the suspension coming in and over the cockpit.
This is 2 races in a row. We saw this problem with Eloshin and Newgarden at Mid-Ohio. And it's, you know, your race leader, I know the feeling. I'm feeling like I'm in Indianapolis again, where you really can't see anything. You rely on your team to give you air traffic control as Kanaan negotiates the carnage. The pit lane's so wide though here, Robin. It's not like Indianapolis. There's a lot of room.
See the car just
now, and you can see the brakes are locked. So I talked earlier about the marbles, and I wonder if he just got a little high mid-corner and it just took off on him. You could see the black marks as he tried to lock up and prevent impact, but once you're high, there's really no chance to get the car back to the groove.
Did I see a puff of smoke out of the back of the car before the car drifted up high? Did it bottom out perhaps?
I believe that would have been him locking the brakes. So there he's up early already.
Now, it was well before what you were talking about when the brakes locked. It was more at the entry to the corner, but for some reason the car just gets loose, slides up high.
Yeah, the impact's already happened there.
Any way you look at it, a 58-point lead coming into this weekend. You said don't be spectacular here. There are only 2 ways to be spectacular: be spectacularly good or have an incident like this. And anytime you make contact with the wall here, now look out the back, just in the center of the car. There.
I saw the spark. And he probably bottomed, which is why he got in the spark. But I wonder if the bottom just got him a little high. And again, with all the marbles there, once you're that full car width out of the dark groove, you have no chance.
Yep. I mean, certainly hurt it.
I think that's what it was, Brian, was just the car bottoming. He just refueled.
Tire pressure still coming up, so the car's running a little bit lower than it will after.